Hey, I'm Rob Freeman, realtor with Stonehouse Realty here in Nanaimo. When I'm not helping my clients buy and sell homes, one of the things I really like to do is hike. We have some amazing hikes here in Nanaimo. I'm going to tell you about 7 of them today, ranging from easy to hard. One of them you may not have done, and I have a really cool app I will tell you about that actually will help you enjoy that one later. So stick around for that. Let's go check them out. My favorite hike in Nanaimo is probably Neck Point. Neck Point is a 2.6 kilometer loop. I'd classify Neck Point as sort of a medium hike. For the most part, it's pretty flat. There are some hills, there are some staircases, but overall it's pretty easy. The views from Neck Point are unparalleled, amazing sunsets also. And at the very end, especially if you have kids, there's fairy doors in the forest. There's probably 20 different ones, some of them open, and there's treasures at the end. So be sure to check that out on your way back to the parking lot. If you recognize what's behind me, you'll know that I'm at Colliery Dam. Colliery Dam's one of my favorite places. It's really shady in the woods, so it's nice to come here on sort of a hot day. You're not out in the sun. Especially if you have dogs, there's an off-leash dog park here that you probably know about, so great place to bring your pups. Colliery Dam's about a 3.2 kilometer loop. I'd classify it as an easy to medium hike. There's also a really cool waterfall, so make sure you check that out as well. Another one of my favorite hikes is Hammer Park out in Cedar. That's about a 4 kilometer loop. Again, fairly easy for the most part. One of the things I like about Hammer is that there's little cut-throughs through the park, so you don't have to do the full loop if you don't want to. You can kind of pick a path and make your way through. Hammer's got a couple of really nice lakes that go with it, so there's some wildlife to look at. You might even see people riding on horseback, randomly popping out of trails, which is always pretty cool. Most of the hikes I've talked about so far are really quiet. One of the beauties of it, I like getting away from people sometimes. You can not see a soul the entire time you're hiking. Next one I'm going to talk about is probably the busiest of the hikes, and that's of course Westwood Lake. Westwood Lake is a 6 kilometer loop. It's probably medium in difficulty, partially because it's longer and there is a little bit of elevation to it, so you'll definitely feel that one after your walk around. It's one of the busier spots in Nanaimo. Definitely in the summertime, you will see a lot of people. It's a haven for stand-up paddleboarders and kayakers on Westwood Lake itself. Westwood also has 2 beaches, which are great for kids, and they've just redone the entire area. Tons of new bathrooms, change rooms, parking lot. Everything was a lot of construction, but it's all complete now. Probably the second hardest hike on the list is the Cable Bay Trail out in Cedar. It's always been one of my favorites because somebody used to hide little plastic dinosaurs on the way in and the way out. So it's great for kids. You get the beauty of nature and a little science class. I'm not sure if they still do that or not, but it's really fun. It's 6.4 kilometers. There's a lot of elevation up and down, so you'll definitely feel this one. My 2-year-old was a bit of a tank at the time and he managed it himself, but strollers probably not recommended. I'm really glad I finally crossed Mount Benson off my bucket list. I did it last year. I went with a group of people and I'm really glad I did because I may have turned around. The beginning sucks. It's the closest to the grouse grind. So if you've done that in Vancouver, you'll know what this is about. There are ropes at some parts, so dogs do go on the trails. Some people will bring their dogs, but it is definitely not a hike that's easy. Totally worth it at the top. You get a view of all of Nanaimo below you, and it's well worth the payoff. Bring snacks because you want to have a picnic at the top. So the hike that I mentioned that you may not have actually done is Buttertubs Marsh. I'm almost ashamed to admit that it took me 10 years of living here before I just did it this summer. It was really cool. It's a dead flat 2 kilometer loop through a wildlife preserve with all kinds of birds and other wildlife. The app I mentioned is called Merlin, like the wizard. It's basically Shazam for bird calls. So put that on your phone, you walk through it, and it will tell you all the birds that are around you. It's really cool to check out. Hey guys, that's it for my list of favorite trails. There's lots more you can find online. There's tons here in Nanaimo. If you have any favorite hikes that I haven't mentioned, make sure you drop them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Hope to see you on the trails.